what is going on. There it goes. Jeez. It was still spinning on my end, showing that it wasn't live. So now it says we're live. So, hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of the 7-day book challenge, which is a writing challenge where you try to write a book from start to finish in 7 days, whether that's a short story, novella, novel, poetry collection, poem. Doesn't matter. I don't mind. You do you. Whatever you want to work on. This time I am working on a short story / novella called A Buck Short, which is about a young woman who comes from a long line of witches with cat familiars, and she herself does not have any magic until her mom performs this illegal spell that forces her to gain a familiar, which is a stag, except that stag isn't what all it seems to be. For those who don't know, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name of Hegyes. And welcome. That's what we're going to be doing today. If you are new to my channel, the way this usually works is we do 3 to 4 25-minute sprints with some chit-chatting in between. We try to stay on task. I do use the Pomodoro Kitty method, and we have Nixie who will try to keep us on task today. And during those sprints, I like to put up writing prompts on the screen for anyone who wants to write but doesn't know what they want to write about. So that is something to keep in mind if you need some writing inspiration. Let's say hello to everyone in the comments to see who all is here. Also, happy Valentine's Day for anyone who is celebrating it. Laura is here. Hello. I'm sorry, I cannot clear my throat for the life of me. I do not know what's going on. Laura says, I'm in bed. That's where I want to be. And as soon as this stream is over, that's where I'm going to be for a little bit. Jenna is here. Hello. Taps the like button, lurking while editing for a client. I am good, but I am cold. And of course, today is snowing again. So it's been a lovely day. Excuse me. Laura is... StreamYard will work with me. Laura is working on Project Eros again today. This is the cookie one, I believe. I think I've got the right project. Yes. So, alrighty. That is all the comments I see so far. I'm double checking YouTube to make sure everything's working. Yes, cool, awesome. All right, I am not going to dilly-dally around. I want to try to get as many writing sprints done today as possible, up to 4. So I'm going to go ahead and get us set up for our first sprint so we can go ahead and get started. During that sprint, I know I've got to read back through some of the stuff I've written today because yesterday I spent the time making a new outline after I had an epiphany on where the story should start. So I'm going to go through and see what I've written so far, what can stay, and what needs to be completely scrapped and redone. So that's what I'm going to do during the first sprint, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead. And here is Nixie, our lovely cat that's going to keep us on track. And for our first prompt, we've got... I know it's a lot to ask of anyone, especially you, but promise me you'll look after your mother. So that's our first prompt for anyone who wants to write on that. You do not have to. It's never a requirement. And we are going to go ahead and start our first sprint in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know what you did, how you did in the comments. I figured out what of the chapters I could keep, and I'm starting to take a couple of chapters and splice the words together because I'm going to kind of mix mash them together and rework them to make a singular chapter, and then I'll be able to go from there. But it's coming along. There's a lot of copying and pasting and rewording some stuff the way it was originally worded, but just doing it in a way that kind of matches this particular draft better. I am now officially on draft 3 of this story. Technically 4 if you count my handwritten version that never finished, and I only wrote pieces of every once in a while. All right, let's see how everyone did. Let's see. Angel is popping in. Hello. I actually just this morning watched your 2025 goals video, and I was going to comment on it because I remember you asking a question, and now obviously I can't remember what that question was. But I couldn't make a comment on your video because it said that it was from YouTube Kids, and you can't comment on YouTube Kids videos. So, but I enjoyed watching your goals video. Margaret is here. Hello, hello. Swooping by to like while I look at some landmark trust buildings and dream for some good dopamine over breakfast. I don't know what you are looking at landmark trust buildings for, but now I'm intrigued, and I might have to keep, if you ever talk about it in a video, I might have to keep an eye out for that so that I can come see what you're talking about. You're waving now. Good morning, Cat Paw. How are you? With today being day 5 of the 7-day book challenge, I don't know if I am going to completely finish this story. I'm pretty certain I'm not going to finish this story by the end of the challenge because we've only got, including today, we've got 3 days left. But I am really enjoying the process, and I have finally figured it out to the point where, like, it's not going to take me long to finish writing it. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing the work. Someone put the seed in my head that I could stay at these, and some of them are actually affordable, like staying in a historical building. Kind of like how okay, so, fun fact, I love the idea of writing retreats. I absolutely adore the idea of writing retreats. And, like, my ideal author brain goal, this is what I would love to do. I want to host a writing retreat at a castle. And I want to, like, I want to find people who not necessarily can afford to come on their own, but want to experience something like that. And I would love to be able to pay the way for other people to join me and stay at a castle for a writing retreat. Like, that's ultimate dream goals. Like, I want to provide an all expense paid, except maybe travel tickets, but like the lodging costs, the food costs, like all of that. I would love to host something like that where I pay for 99.9% of the costs that come with something like that. So you saying that staying in a historic building just reminded me of that, and like, that's the ultimate dream goal. I want to host a writing retreat in a castle. Like, I want to so badly. And I want to make sure that it's like, I want to be able to pay for it so that those who wouldn't necessarily be able to come to something like that could actually come to something like that. Like, I think that would be so cool. Not as enthusiastic. Yes, please, to historical buildings. And I don't know. That's the one thing I'm struggling with stories lately, is that I do not know housing styles. So, like, you can send me pictures of like 5 different styles of houses, and I will not be able to tell you, like, what's a colonial, what's a plantation, what's modern, what's, like, I will know, like, what's modern-ish compared to like an older style. But like, I could not tell you the periods or the styles of the housings if you put them in front of me. Like, I would not know what they're called. So I'm kind of curious, like, what kind of historical buildings you've been looking into. Like, is there a particular style of housing you're looking to stay in? I'm going to go ahead and pause the timer at the 3 so I could keep reading the chat. How's the writing? It's going good. I'm probably not going to finish this draft during this writing challenge, but I am confident that I will finish this story before the end of the month, kind of thing. Oops. Yay, I'm not the only one. Thank you. I just think that would be so cool. I'm looking at it converted to. Oh! Okay. Not a castle. I'm sorry. I did not even. I always hear about mines shutting down, but I never hear about what happens to the mines afterwards if they're not just straight up abandoned. So the fact that this tin mine was converted into like a place you could stay, I think that is super cool. So maybe not a castle, but that is still awesome. And I'm kind of with Catpaw. I kind of want to see pictures. Oh, you sent pictures. I'm gonna have to look at that during the sprint. I might be able to help with that brushing up those skills the last day. Oh, yes. Just started Kid in a Candy Store. Have you read Hungry Hill by Demarier? I'm gonna have to look up how to pronounce that because I cannot think off the top of my head how that's pronounced. Something to read. Staying in a tin mine. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to write down. I moved my computer in here and I have none of my tools that I would usually have at my regular desk. I don't like it, but that's okay. At least I'm warm. I'm starting in the south and working my way north. Starting in the south and working my way north. Okay. I will get that eventually. Famous for Cornish settings. Never been. Oh, okay. Du Maurier. Thank you for the pronunciation help because I definitely needed it. My mind was definitely blanking on how to say that. Okay. All right. I have reached the end of the comments that I can see. And I think it's a good time to go ahead and get started on the next sprint because I have words I want to write. Looks like Margaret's going to be doing some more research. I'm going to take a look at that picture that she sent because I am curious what that looks like. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started on our next sprint. Excuse me. Here is our next prompt for anyone who wants to write but doesn't know what they want to write about. You do not have to write on the prompt, I promise. It says, for some reason, I'm attracted to you. I don't know when or how or why it happened, but there it is. So let me check out the comments real quick because a bunch just popped in all of a sudden. Okay, let's see. I started working on a novel for Inkit with a different outline. Nice. Through Lucy's Lens does a tour of another mind-blowing cave dwelling. Is that a YouTube? Lucy's Lens, is that through Lucy's Lens? Is that a photographer or is that a YouTuber? Just out of curiosity. I think I actually have a copy of my grandparents' OG Hungry. Ooh, nice. All right. Starting that comment so we can go ahead and do the sprint. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. that is time. Let me know how you did, what you did in the comments. I didn't even realize my camera was still off. I thought I'd turn it back on. Oops. I managed to get more words in. I'm still cutting and pasting from 2 different chapters, pasting things together and making it work. And it's flowing really well so far. So we'll see how it goes. All right, scrolling back up to where I last left off with the comments. Looks amazing. Yes, I did look at the picture that Margaret sent a clip to, and I did check out the YouTube channel that Cat Paw sent. And yes, that place that you're looking at, the tiny once upon a time mine, looks amazing and super cute. And I also scrolled through some of the other places that were on the same website, and I was like, oh, all of these are super cute. Like, I kind of want to visit all of them too. So links were shared. I've never been to Lundy, but they have several there and none in North Ireland. So NI stands for? England historically is pretty regional. Looks like a luxury version of Scottish Bothy. And I just read a book with someone who fell in love in NI based on a stay in one of these, so it must be a competing trust. Ooh, nice. Irish Landmark Trust. Interesting political choice there. Ruth Ashley. Staying in a Bothy. Some can tell which country you're in by looking at old house styles or by their age, of course. No. Tibet's look like the perfect stay for scramblers, taking long hikes on the moors every day. Dopamine! We love good dopamine hit. I wandered into another YouTuber who goes to landmark sites. I should stop after this one. I am fully encouraging this rabbit hole that you're down because it means you're sharing links that I can check out later and go, ooh, ah, over. Angel's still working on an outline. Awesome. May have found a new long-term goal. It's an island between the Wales, Cornwall, and Ireland. I had to Google it. Nice. I'll have to go back and look through all these links that you guys are sending. I'm here for it. I'm just like, I can't click on them from StreamYard to see what they say, so I have to actually go to the YouTube page and click on them there, which could or could be a good bad thing, depending on your viewpoint, because good meaning I can't click on them straight from StreamYard, meaning I can't go down the rabbit hole myself and get distracted. Bad because now I want to go back and look at them and go down the rabbit hole. Not the Isle of Wight or Isle of Man, who's heard of Lundy. I feel like I have heard of Lundy, but I don't know if I've heard of it as a place or a name. I feel like I've heard of it as a name, like a person. And so now I don't know. Now you're making me question that. I know I've heard of it before. I don't know if I've heard of it as, I feel like I've heard of it as a person's name. What? Never fails. I got fingerprints on my glasses and I can't see. Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out where I would have heard it from too, because I don't know. Okay, I think I fixed it. Good enough. If I had heard of it, I scrapped it from my brain. Oh, more links were shared. Okay, I might have to check that one out because you're talking about Lundy there. So Devon, England. It's a very tiny island. Interesting. All right. See. Campbell says, Isle of Wight. I know I'm getting homesick. From the wiki page, immediately laughing. In 1920s, the island's owner, Martin Harmon, tried to issue his own. I read that. I almost giggled. All right. I am going to go ahead and stop reading comments here. This was the last one I saw. We're going to go ahead and do another sprint. That was the last comment that came through. This is sprint number 3. And so this is our third prompt. Again, you don't have to write it if you don't want to. It's just there if you want to write it. And you don't know what to write. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration. And this one says, a boy needs his father. Unless that father is an abusive asshole who is better off 6 feet in the ground rather than above it. So, all right. That's going to be our next prompt. We're going to go ahead and do our third sprint. 25 minutes on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know what you did, how you did in the comments. I got more writing done. I checked out all the links that Catpaw and Margaret have been sending. And then I took some notes because, okay, so Catpaw, you sent that link to Ruth Ashley exploring the Bothy. And it gave me an idea. So I've been putting way stations into one of my fantasy realms. And I was like, what if it's more like a Bothy instead? Like it's the same similar concept, but there's just a little couple differences between them. So I added some notes to add that, and I think that would be really cool. And now, like, you remember how I said I want to do a castle retreat? I'm looking at some of these places you guys are sending me, going, maybe this place would be even better. I like this one. I like this one. Ooh, this one's nice. Okay, here we go. Also, Lundy is known as in Welsh is Yenis where? Gwer's Island, in reference to the alternative name of Wizard Gwydion. So it's a wizard isle. Oh, I'm with Margaret. We need to go there. Skye being that meme of thinking of, no, of course not, but maybe. I had that look a lot when I was thinking about visiting some of these places that you guys are sending links to. Captured by Barbary pirates in 18th. Oh my god, this place. Cost an arm and a leg to get the ferry there. This was one of the ones I was looking at for like a riding retreat. Like I was like, maybe if we don't do a castle, we could do a little cottage along the shore. Ferry in summer, helicopter access winter. Oh my god, it gets better and better. Ferry operated by the trust, so maybe not. I don't know how that would work. Cottage is reached by a narrow rope bridge. Yes, so I didn't read that part, but when I was looking at the picture and I was looking at how to get to it, I saw that bridge and I was like, I'm going to pull a donkey and be like, Shrek, I'm looking down. I don't know how I feel about that one. That one looked cute. In Caithness is further north than I've ever been. Nice. I think that's in reference to the rope bridge. Catpaw made coffee. Laura just woke back up after falling asleep. I just had phantom feelings on my leg. I don't know why. Like that was a cat, except the cat's sleeping over there. I don't know. I have a ghosty kitty in my room. Ferry round trip ticket is 54 GBP. Ouch is right. A 2-hour each way. Guess that sounds, yeah. I don't know what that equates to. Let's see, 54 GBP to USD. That's $68.06. So like $69. We're just gonna round up. Pounds. I forget that pounds is GBP. That's actually not terrible for a 2-hour trip. But is it 54 one way? This is a round trip. Never mind. That was stupid to ask. I don't know why I said that. Shrek reference. Yes. Half asleep in the phrase. The boat gets. What? Boat gets impregnated by Howard. Came to mind. No idea what my brain is doing. I don't know what your brain is doing, but I'm curious now. I kind of want to know. Yeah, same Catpaw. When I saw, like, when she said ferry ride, I'm assuming those could be like $100 one way. So, like, that's actually, I can deal with $69 for a round trip. Like, that's doable, honestly. I feel like Margaret's planning our riding retreat. She's planning their riding retreat. She was like, let's go. She's going to go check it out for everyone, and then we're going to plan a riding retreat for like 2030 or something like that. That's what I feel is happening. I feel like Margaret's going to go check out all these places and do all of this research and visit all these places. And then in 2030, she's going to be like, this is the best place to go. That's what's going to happen. Finish my tea, then getting ready to hike through snow to the gym forward to maybe my 2025 board. I will have options. Yes, you will. I'm positive right on the zero. You will definitely have options. There are so many links that you guys sent, and a lot of them were through all that same site. So, like, I I didn't check out that site very well that you were checking out, but it almost feels like that site almost has the feel of like what's it called? You know those like hotels.com or something like that, where it's a site where you can earn rewards for staying at various hotels as long as you do it through your account kind of thing. That's what that site felt like to me. Is like one of those, except with historical landmarks and places like that. Like that's what that site felt like. So I'm wondering if like the more often, especially like if you book these places through that site, the more often you do it, like could you earn rewards so you could stay at even other places? Like I'm just saying, that sounds like a pretty cool deal. If that's the way it would work. So I don't know if that's the way it works, but I'm still in Wales, so I haven't gone far in my south to north sweep. How long are you doing the sweep for? Like I feel like this is a planned trip, more than likely, which means you have like a destination in mind. Excuse me. So like what is your end goal as far as like timeline wise of your south to north sweep? I can't word today, but I think that's what I'm thinking. Ferry to St. Kilda's in Scotland is 280 GP. 280. That's $353. Huh. No thanks. I'm gonna keep that open because we're gonna convert stuff. It looks like. Don't think they have rewards. They do have last minute deals though. That would be cool. Yes, I want to ride in a hobbit hole too. I think that'd be like I have so many things that I want to do. I want to have a writing retreat where I host and I like do the all expenses paid except for like if you could, it'd be one of those where I'd be like if you can get here, you can come kind of thing. Like I want to do that at a castle. Now Margaret and Kappa are sharing all these things that I'm like, oh, that would be cool to do a writing retreat at. This would be cool to do a writing retreat at. I want to do a writing retreat here. Like I'm thinking of all these places we could do writing retreats, and I'm not gonna lie, Hobbit Hole, that's on the list. I would love to go stay at a Hobbit Hole. I need to stop now and go to the gym. The research sweep is just for the dopamine this morning. Go do your workout. You got this. Go get your strength. Go do your strength training so that you can make your south to north sweep. That's how I'm going to like word it for you. St. Kilda's, come on now. I don't know enough about St. Kilda's to know if that's like good or bad. I want a cottage on the beach right in for a week. That would be so cool too. I remember saying, so we went to, as a kid, I think it was like 9 or 10. I don't know how it happened. My parents got roped into this like timeshare for a beach cottage. I guess that's the word. And it wasn't a cottage. It was like a duplex because there was 2 living spaces connected to each other. I think it was a duplex, but they got roped into a timeshare. So there was one weekend growing up that we went to Myrtle Beach for a weekend and we had to pre-plan it and stuff. And that would be kind of cool to stay at and do a writing retreat for a week. We only stayed for a weekend. I think we actually got there Saturday morning and stayed until like Sunday evening kind of thing. It was like, I don't remember it being more than 1 or 2 nights. So I think that can be arranged. Yes, I believe so. Yes. Need to stop and do some work. Yes. We're going to do one more sprint, guys. I've got one more sprint planned. And Margaret's going to take off. You're welcome for the kind of chat that we've had today. It's been a lot of fun because I've found out about a lot of things too. And I've had some ideas percolating for different story ideas that I'm now like semi excited to write about after I finish this one. Alternative that can be arranged. Said in Tim Curry's voice from the Three Musketeers. Oh, semi-detached. Yeah. All right. I have reached the end of the comments that I can see so far. So we are going to go ahead and do our 4th and final sprint of the day. This will be our last sprint because then I've got to take a nap before I go into town and get everyone from everywhere they need to be. So Here we go. Last sprint. Here is our final prompt for today. Again, you don't have to write it. It's just there if you want to write, but don't know what you want to write about. And it says, "No, I'm tired of doing what you say. I don't want to be your puppet anymore." And we're going to start this last sprint in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know how you did, what you did. I'm going to go ahead and close the cat timer because we are done sprinting for the day. I wrote some words, but I was losing momentum, so I started doing random other things, including listening to a French song that my sister sent me. So that's fun. Okay, let's see. Like a head stomach detached now. We were talking about the duplex. Links were shared. Laughing was made. Sometimes I wish I could detach. Jelly down with the fire gang. Hey, her head don't come off. Hi, JC. Dixie has indeed meowed her last meow for today. That was our last riding sprint. But don't worry, we shall be back tomorrow at my usual time because tomorrow is Saturday. So I typically stream on Saturday evenings at 10 p.m. Mountain Time, which is midnight Sunday Eastern Time. So I will be back tomorrow for that stream, and we'll do the same thing, 4 sprints. I do have Sunday's stream already planned, but I might have to change the time. I've already changed the time on it a couple of times based on plans that I already know are in motion. But I still might have to change Sunday's plan times again based on whatever's we're doing this weekend. So keep an eye out for that. I'll know more tomorrow how that's going to work for Sunday. Yeah. Let's see how many words I've got total, because now I'm curious. Now, a lot of these words, some of these words were like copy and pasted because I was like putting 2 chapters and kind of mixing them together. But I'm still curious how many words I've actually gotten today during this stream. Excuse me. Whoops. Let's see. 2,283 words. It's not bad, actually. Now it's all on the stream, not all written by me, because like I said, there was a lot of copying and pasting going on. But still, I am proud of the progress I made, especially since I spent all of the stream yesterday working on the new outline. It's got 10 chapters. The first chapter is from the male love interest perspective. Chapters 2 through 9 are the female love interest perspective, the main character, and then the last chapter, chapter 10, is from his perspective again, which is the way I have my short stories in the Sultry Solstices series set up. So it looks like I have a formula for my own stories, basically. Though the Sultry Solstices are 9 chapters, where chapters 1 and 9 are from the male perspective and 2 through 8 are the female perspective. But still, that's not the point. The point is that it's the same formula for both sets of stories, which is probably going to be the same formula for a bunch of different other short stories I'm working on here and there. How many words is this story going to be total? That depends. It looks like my chapters are between 2,500 and 3,000 words long so far. We'll see. But based on that, if we count them all as 2,500 words a piece, that means it'll be a 25,000 word novella thingy. So I'm okay with that. It won't be a short story. It will be a novella, and I'm okay with that. Let's see. Yay! I have you as part of my Saturday routine. Woo! My Saturday, your Sunday. That's okay. I knew what you meant. I know you're on the East Coast. So, all right. Well, everyone, I think that about wraps it up for today. I really have nothing else. I have gotten a lot of writing done. Thanks to Catpaw and Margaret earlier in the stream, I've gotten some story ideas for the next story I want to work on after this one is done, which I'm literally looking forward to. So yeah, I think this is where I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. Got a lot of work done. I'm happy with the progress I've made. I've got to go add it to the word count tracker I have. I will be hopefully doing a stream Saturday morning. This was the thing I wanted to add. Saturday morning, I will be doing a live stream. It will not be a writing live stream. I want to do a live stream where I talk about all of the writing I've done for like the past 5 years. It's a video I've been meaning to film, but I haven't had a chance to film yet, so I'm just going to do a live stream.
and we're going to go over numbers. I don't have charts. I don't have graphs. I don't have anything like that. I'm not good at making those. But I do have numbers for the past 5 years, and I kind of want to go over them. So they're from 2020 to 2024. So Saturday morning at some point, I'm thinking 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is noon Eastern. But I haven't officially picked a time yet, only because it is going to be, since I am now currently in my room until the house heats up and I can be back in the library, it's going to depend on when my husband wakes up. So it might not be at 10, but it'll be at some point. So anyways, that is going to be it for me today. If you are new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes. And this week we're doing the 7-day book challenge, where we try to write a story within 7 days from start to finish, whether that's a short story, novella, novel, or anything else in between. And I am working on a short story that is going to probably be a novella called A Buck Short, which is about a woman who is she comes from a long line of witches with cat familiars, but she herself does not have magic until her mom performs an illegal spell, and she finds herself paired with a stag familiar that may or may not be all that it seems to be. So that's what I've been working on. Been making progress forward. I'm happy with what's going on. And that's where I'm going to stop for today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm losing my voice. I've been talking every day this week. So I will be back tomorrow evening and do another live stream. And then Sunday for another live stream. And Saturday morning for another live stream, though not writing related. So thank you for joining me, and I'm going to go ahead and press the buttons now so I can say good night, because I work nights, so I'm going to go to bed. Night, everyone!